So you guys can able to see the screen, right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So in today's class, we are going to see about your how to install Eclipse or how to get your HANA Studio. So when you are working on your CDS views or when you want to work on your AMPPs or when you want to the advanced concepts like if you want to work on a step up to or if you want to create in CDS views or AMPPs or anything like your PTPs or SSA, system electric flows. So for all these things, we will be using your Eclipse will be usable. So even some companies, so people for writing SAP above code is also using Eclipse. And there are some talks that SAP is going to remove SA38 editor. There are talks. So that I have listened in 2022 when I was in Tech. So that I have listened, but it's not very easy to remove SE38 editor because we guys are been using SE38 editor and my seniors like who is having 20 years of experience, all those people are using SE38 editor. Okay, so but I would suggest you to get practice with your Eclipse only. Eclipse. Even I'm also currently doing with the same thing. Once you got habituated with Eclipse, you never go with your SC38 editor. Okay. So the first thing is in order to get your Eclipse or HANA Studio. So as I told you, SAP HANA Studio is not developed by SAP. So we will be having either HANA Studio or we can use Eclipse. So HANA Studio is also not been created by SAP. So they have taken the permanent license from Eclipse software and they have renamed it into your HANA Studio. Now, in order to download this, we will be having the first thing is we need to download the Eclipse. We need to download the Eclipse. So in order to, after that, we need to add your Visual Studio. Visual Studio C++, some software will be there that you need to add. Then we need to add your ADT tools. ADT tools. So this is what you have to do it when you're working on this. This ADT tools is nothing but top development tools. Development tools. By default, we will never get this ADT when you download your Eclipse. So we have to manually install these ADT tools. Now, in some times, so these things will be done by your IT team. Or some clients we will be having an access to download and install the Eclipse and adding of your ADT tools. Now, let's go ahead and show you that one. Sorry. Okay, so this is the eclipse.org release IDR, or you can use this one. So anything is fine. So let me go here and let me. Okay, so in this software, you have to add your Java developers. So remember this Eclipse IDE for Java developers, you have to download and you have to install. So once you have installed it, so for this the prerequisite is your Visual Studio. If I go here, so you can see. So here Visual Studio. So Visual Studio you will be having here already been added. So that you have to add when you're working. I mean, when you are when you want to add your ABAP development tools. Remember that. So some clients already the Visual Development Studio will be added by default. If not, you need to download this. Okay. So once you got your downloaded, and then I'll be just showing you just a simple thing. So go to your help and just click on install new software. And here you need to provide your link. What tools you want, you just need to provide that. So that will be on HANA on demand. So just select this one. So you will be having something called as your SAP development tools. So this one you need to select this. In this you will be finding the latest URL link. So https://ondemand.com/latest. So you just need to copy that. Just go ahead and paste it over here. Just go ahead and paste it over here. And for the very first time, you just need to click on enter. Then you will be finding out what are the tools that you need to add. So modeling tools for BW HANA. So this we don't need it. This we don't need it. So we only the ABAP development tools. You just need to select this and then click on next. Then click on next and then click on next. So automatically the tools will be gets installed. The tools will be gets installed, and your what I need to say, and your Eclipse will be gets restarted. So once the Eclipse gets restarted, you can able to see your ABAP perspective. How can you see that? So see here, you will be having an icon over here, open perspective. So here you can able to see your here you can able to see your ABAP. So just select this and you will be entering into your ABAP perspective. Or you can just click on help or sorry window and show perspective, and here also you can able to see, or if you click on others you can able to see everything, or see here windows perspective, open perspective. So by default you can able to see here, and if you click on others, so you can able to see the same thing, whatever you will be seeing. Now here you need to add your project. So create an ABAP project or cloud ABAP cloud. So now just click on here and create a project. By default, whatever the systems that it will be showing you on your GUI, SAP GUI, those will be default, it will come. By default, it will automatically come. You don't need to do any setups for that. So those will become automatically. Now when I click on yes for HANA, and then I'll just click on next. I'll just click on next. Here you need to provide your client. So these are all your application server details and instance numbers and everything. And then once you click on next, here you need to provide your login user ID password. So let me log on to my SAP system. Okay, log on. I just want to check the client number, username, and password. So client 100. Client 100 and username. This is my username. I just adding this and just click on finish. It will be connected to this backend SAP logon, and you can able to see here your system will be gets added. So, but once you select this, it will be automatically in your login session, log on. Okay. Now, once so from here you can navigate everything, whatever the things you want, you can just go ahead and navigate. So if you don't want this, just go ahead and minimize all your sessions, whatever you don't want. So I'm just minimizing everything. So this is some release notes that also you can do. Now, here, if you want to navigate anything, so right click over here and then click on create new, what you want to create, whether you want to create an ABAP class, ABAP group, function group, or ABAP function module, ABAP interface, ABAP package, or let's say click on other and just say click on program. So you can also create your ABAP program, SE38. SE38. So let me go ahead and create that. So let me click on next. And here you just need to provide your package. I'm going to do this as $tmp. So and then so Z test underscore Z name underscore AOH program one. And I'm going to give this as program one. So once you have created, just if you give your own package the starting with the Z or Y, it will go ahead and ask your transport. So, but as of now, I'm creating that as your what I mean to say as a $TMP. It will never ask your transport. Just click on finish. So it will open your SE38. It will open your ABAP editor from here. So here you can use the same thing. No standard page headings. So no standard page heading. So whatever you want, you can just go ahead and use that. So let's say I'm going to say this as start of selection. So I'm going to say select start from Mara into table and read the data of GD underscore Mara. Let's say up to 500 rows. See here, when you're writing itself, it will show you the error. It will show you the error in the Eclipse. That's a major advantage when you are going ahead with your Eclipse. So in your SAP SE38 editor, you can't able to see this one. You can't able to see this one. So once you click on check only, then only it will go ahead and show you this one. And in all the other times, it will show you that. But whereas when you're going with your Eclipse, automatically it will show you your what I mean to say your sorry your error messages as well as your warning messages. So when I click on full stop, when I click on full stop, then everything will be gets gone. See here, everything has been gone. So automatically, so by this we can know these, we don't find any errors. So now once I've done this, I will go ahead and display. So display, I'm just writing out the comment, CL underscore demo underscore output. The control space bar you can even use here. So whatever the control space bar you're going to use in your SE38, you can also use it on here underscore. I'll be just writing my display method. I'll be just writing my display, and here you just need to provide your internal data. So in order to remove your comment, what you will be using in your SE38, to remove the comment, what you will be using? You'll be using CTRL plus, and you will be using your greater than symbol. So, but here, this is in your SC38. When you are working with your Eclipse, you need to use Control Shift greater than. So to uncomment or to comment. So here you need to use CTRL plus Shift plus greater than, or you have to use your less than. Greater than is for uncomment, whereas this is for your comment. This is for your comment. So now I'm going to do my uncommenting, and then I will be passing I'll be passing my table. What is my table? GD underscore your mark. So now, in order to activate or in order to do your pretty printer, so here also it will be shift plus F1, the same keyboard, shift plus F1. So when I go ahead and done your shift plus F1, we'll just go ahead and align your code. We'll just go ahead. And in order to check to see the errors. So here, if you want to see the errors, this is the one. So to check the errors, check web development objects. So here also it will be ctrl plus here F2, F2. ctrl plus F2 to check the objects. Check the object. And in order to activate the objects, it's same ctrl plus F3 to activate the object. So to run the objects, it's again your FA, the same transaction code, your FA. This is used to run the objects. Okay, so now I'm just going to do it with my control F3. So here you can able to see. So here you can able to see here the status. Now, let's say, for example, if I have done this, and then if I say uh, control F3, you can able to see here there is an error. So the error activation log, you can able to see here. So we have just closed that and see here, you can able to see the last statement period is incomplete. But anyways, it will show you, but if it is not going to show you that one, you have to go ahead and use this one. Now, let me activate. So this is the activate. And here also you will be having, if you want to activate for multiple objects, you can just go ahead and use this one. Activate all the inactive object development. Let's say if you have 2 to 3 objects you want to activate at the same time. So in that, it will be showing you as your pop-up and you will be selecting everything. But here, when you select this, automatically all your inactive objects will be gets activated. Automatically all your inactive objects will be gets activated. You don't need to see. Since this is how it will be. So there is a class where you will be having all your methods. So which one you want to select, so that it will show you up. Just click on activate. Everything will be gets activated. Everything will be gets activated. Now, in your SE38, when you want to navigate to your table, when you want to navigate to your table, or when you want to open any program. So if you have any sub programs, when you want to go to that program, what we will be doing, you will be just double clicking on this. So to navigate to the particular object, we will be using double click in SAP GUI, whereas in Eclipse, we will use F3. So the function keyword F3 we will be using. Let's say if I click on F3, it will open that in your table mode. So this is how at the backend SAP will be creating a table for you guys. And this is how at the backend SAP will create your table. So these are some of the annotations that we will be checking for you. Don't worry on that. We will be seeing all those things. That some of few of the annotations like 25 to 30 annotations we will be seeing you. So which are majorly being used in our SAP in our real time. So those annotations will be seeing you. So now like this. Now if I want to execute the program, I just told you fake. So it will open that in your SAP GUI and it will display your data. It will open that in your SAP GUI and it will be displaying of your data. So how can you do that? In order to navigate that, so just select the see here, the data has been populated. Just close this. Now, so now what I will do, I'll go here, run as, and you can just go ahead and select as your application, ABAP application. So now, in order to put your breakpoint in this gray out area, just select a single click. So see here, the breakpoint has been set up. The breakpoint has been set up. Now, when I just say click on F8, see, it will open your ABAP debugger. See, open the debugger prospects. Yes, remove my decision and click on switch. It will open your ABAP debugger prospects. Now, if you want, you can just add any code over here. So let's say I'm just going to add here it as test 1, 2, 3. So now once you have done with this, so here also it will be the same. F5. So here also is the same. Now if I go ahead and with F8, it will just display your output. It will just display your output. Why? Yeah, see here it has just displayed. Now here in the debugger perspective, so once you are done with your debugger, you just need to close this one. So now let's say if I want to add some data over here, see automatically it is showing you up. So whatever the things you just need to go ahead and add. That's it automatically. You don't need to come back and you don't need to write your code. Okay, so that's the advantage when you are going ahead with this Eclipse. So you can in the debugger also you can go ahead and do that. As I told you to navigate, you have to use your Control F3. In order to call your class and method, it's the same thing. So whatever the things you are going to use that, you can go ahead and use simply the same way in your SE38 ABAP editor. But it will take some time for you to get digest. But once you got habituated with this, I would say you will be never ever going. You will be never ever going back to your SE38. SE38 you will be never ever going. So I would suggest you to go ahead and use your Eclipse only. Even for ECC also, you can go ahead and use your Eclipse. You don't need to worry to go ahead and use your HANA Studio. You can directly use your Eclipse. So for ECC system, it's just like once you added your app development tools, it will go and it will be showcasing you that. So it will just showcase your system over here where you can go ahead and create your ABAP programs or ABAP modules or anything. Okay, so this is all about your Eclipse and this is all about your SC38 editor. So this is your editor. Now let's get started with your core data services. Okay, so I'm going to start with the CDS views. CDS views, which is nothing but your core data services. Core data services. So what is this core data services? So CDS views. These are a special type of a view. Special type of a view. So in SAP ECC also we have 4 different types of views. What are those? One is your projection view, one is your database view, and one is your maintenance view, and one is your help view. So apart from this, when you're working with your HANA, you will be having something called as your CDS views. So now so what you will be writing, so here you'll be just getting in these 4 views, you can just only get the data. That's it. You can't able to do any manipulations or concatenations or conversions, anything you can't able to do, or caching, anything you can't able to do when you are going to use in these views. But whereas in the CDS view, we can able to achieve everything, all the calculations we can able to do, the concatenations we can able to do, and then I can say the conversions we can able to do, conversions we can able to do, like that. Everything, every single things we can able to do with the help of your CDS views. And not only this, the advantage of the CDS view is everything will done be done at the database layer. Everything will be done at your database. But in ECC or anything, so we will get the data, we will get the data, and we will do the calculations or conversions or concatenations, everything here, application layer. So that's the one, application layer. I already showcased you how the CDS will be, which is nothing but it will use a concept called as your code push down technique. So what is this? So in ECC, everything will be done at your the same thing. Everything will be done at your application layer, whereas in your S4, everything will be done at your database layer. So I just already showed you that when we are dealing with your introduction. So I already shown you that. If you want, let's go ahead and see how can you work with that. So core data services. And take the slides. Hold, push down. Okay, so this is the one. So if you see here, it will open that in your code push down technique. It will open that in your code push down. So this is what it will be using this. So data. So data to code and code to data. So data to code. So we will be getting the data and we will be doing everything over here. Whereas code to data is entire thing we will be doing at your database layer. Only the resultant set will become over here above. So this is the first thing which we will be working in your CDS views. Now, not only this, and even when you create a CDS view, when we create a CDS view, SAP at the back end, it will create two views. One is CDS view entity, and the second one is SQL view. SQL view. So this is till HANA 2020, we used to do this. So now after this, SAP is suggesting why? Because when you're creating a CDS view, at the back end, it will create two objects. But the same thing, SAP will be creating two objects. So why I need to create two objects? Why I need to increase my data? To avoid this, what SAP has come up. So you go ahead and create only the CDS entity. A CDS entity view. So which will never get create your SQL view. So even when you're creating your CDS views, it will be showing you that all these are obsolete. Whatever these uh, whatever these things, these are all your obsolete. So even SAP is suggesting not to use, right? Because it will just go ahead and create two views. How can we check what is your SQL view and what is your CDS view. If I know the CDS view, I want to check your SQL view, or if I know the SQL view, I want to check your CDS view. In which table the data will be get stored. So in order to see that, you will be using a table called as your data dependency. And ADL dependency, sorry, not data dependency, dependency. So I'll just say click on F4. So table, so data dependency. Now here you will be having everything. So let's say, let me click on create. See here, this is your, so when you click on this top, and you will be seeing this, whether it is a domain data element. If you go ahead with your stop, it's a structured object. And if you go ahead with your the stop is nothing but your SQL view. So anyways, we will be showing you that one. Don't worry about that. So once you create your CDS views, we'll be showing you that one. Okay, don't worry about this. But I'm just telling you, this is the table where you can find out the relationship between your SQL view as well as your CDS view. SQL view as well as your CDS views. But all your CDS views you have to only create in your Eclipse. Remember that you can't able to create the CDS views has to be created in Eclipse. Has to be created in Eclipse only. You can't be able to create outside, either in your SE38 or SE11 or SE24 or SE38. We can't able to create it. We can't. We can't. You have to only use your Eclipse only. Okay, but you can able to view. So as I told you, it will create SQL view, right? So this view we can able to see from SE11. From SE11, this view we can able to see. Only that thing is possible, but you can't able to edit that view. As I told you, as we can't able to create that in a C11, you can't even able to edit. We can't able to edit. Edit is not possible. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, so now how to create your CDS views. In CDS views, we do have different types of CDS views. One is define view, and then the second one is define view with the joins. The third one is define view with the with associations, and then the next one is define view with the parameters, and then the last one is here extend CDS view. And then the last one is your, what is this? Yeah, CDS view entity. View entity. So this is the latest one. This is your latest one. Okay. So now, in order to create the CDS view, you need to open your Eclipse, and then click on create, or you can use your control M in order to create a new object. Create a new object, you have to use your control N, or right click on the server, on which server you want to create. Just click and right click, and then go to others. So let me open it. So right click and then click on new and just click on your other. See here, it's control N only. It's your control N only. So this is the one. So just click on other, and here you just need to mention the code. The code. Okay. So some people, sorry, we have to mention here it as CDS. CDS. So here you can see here your core data services. Under this, we will be seeing here your access control and annotation definition, data definition, entity buffer, metadata extension, and everything. So that we will be seeing it. But as of now, in order to create any CDS view, you'll be just clicking on your data definition. You have to just click on your data definition and just say click on next. And here you need to provide it. So what data definition you want to create, you just need to provide. So I'm just going to say this as a $PMP. For CDS view, so we will be using the notation. So Z RT, sorry, Z, whatever the package you want to create. So whatever the area, whether it's a finance or whether it's an HD or whatever you want, you just need to create that. So, and then followed by what type of a view you are creating, whether it's a simple view or whether it's an interface view or whether it's a consumption view. Simple view, interface view, or a consumption view. So that you will be providing. So here you will be providing your module name, underscore your type of view, followed by your some description, whatever the description you want to put and create. Okay, so this is what we will be using. But the other companies will have their own formats. The other companies will have their own formatting. So now let me open. So what you'll be citing, so C 7 AM AOH, I'll say this as CDS of 1. Now I'll be taking this as CDS view 1 and then just say click on next. So the same thing, it will ask for your transport layer. As we don't have your transport layer, just click on next. So now see here, as I'm mentioning you, this is the type of views we can be creating. So this view, root view entity, we will be majorly using in your RESTful app programming. We'll be using your RESTful ABAP programming. So anyways, we are not going to deal with that. So what is this root view entity? So on top of this view, you will, if you want to perform your CRUD operations, if you want to perform your CRUD operations like, so that we will be checking anyways in your OData services. So, but the OData services are going to be vanished. So SAP is suggesting not to go ahead with your OData services or SCGW. Always go ahead and create your defined root view entity. It means everything, whatever you are going to use. So whatever the operations that you are going to perform on your CDS views, sorry, on your SCGW, so you can able to do that with the help of your CDS views. We can able to do that with the help of your CDS views. That's the importance. So like all your CRUD operations, get, update, put the patch, delete, everything you can able to do that. So that is the advantage of your CDS ABAP on HANA, which is nothing but your RESTful ABAP programming. In that you will be having something called as a managed scenario and unmanaged scenario. And then you'll be writing with some, not with your regular ABAP, you have to use your EML language. EML language, you have to use it, and then only you can able to work with your with you can able to perform your CRUD operations. Don't worry. Okay. Next, define view with your parent association. So this is simply nothing but your. So this view entity and view entity with the parent associations are the things that has to be used right now. So now see here, as I was telling you, define view obsolete, define view with the joins obsolete, define view with the association obsolete. So to parent association or normal association is the same. So next, define view with parameter is obsolete. So extend view. So this we are using extend view entity. So on top of it, define view entity, we will be using your extend view entity. And then define table functions. So this is your AMDPs. How can you work with your defined AMDPs? So for this, you will be creating a class, AMDP class and method. So that we will be checking with your defined table parameters. Okay. So these are the things which you will be using. But as of now, I'll just go ahead with my single defined view. So see here, SAP will always show you whatever the required annotations that are needed, whatever the required annotations that are needed. So, and then, so it will just show you here what you need to use. So just click on your finish. Just click on your finish. Automatically, it will just get open. It will just get open. So here you need to provide your SQL view name. So in this, if you want to put your comment, so in SE38, what you will be using, either this one or you will be using this one. So, but here you have to use a double / or you have to use a double hyphen for your comments. So in this program, it's the same thing. Comment on this one. When you're working on your CDS view, in order to put your comments, you have to use either double / or double hyphen. Okay, so double minus, I would say. So double minus or double /. Then you can able to write your comments. So this is mainly for your SQL view, which will be created, or which we we can able to view in SE11. Which we can able to view in your SE11. Okay, so now here, so see here, don't provide the same name as which you provided in your CDS view. Kindly don't provide that one. So you have to change your names. You have to change your names. So I'll just saying G7AM and AOH CDS. So I just remove my underscores. Okay. Now this will tell you preserve key, whether you want to provide your key or not. Key or not in the CDS view. CDS view. And this one is mainly used for the authorization checks. This one is mainly used for your auth checks. Only few access people has to be authorized, or everyone has to be authorized, that it will be checking. So this is the text for your CDS view. For the CDS view, whatever the text you have. So that what you have created the starting, that will be showcased you over here. Now here, so select from data source name. So whether you here and in this data source name, you will be providing either your table or you can provide your CDS view. You can just provide your CDS view. So, and one more thing is, remember, when you are working on your, when you're working on your, when you're working on from your HANA, we should never ever use your tables. The direct hitting of your tables is not required. Remember that the direct use of tables. We should never ever use the direct use of your tables in the select query. The select query. Always we need to use the CDS views only. CDS views only. Now, how can you find out? How can we find out? How can we find out the CDS view for a table? How can you find out the CDS view for a table? Now, in order to do that, just go to your SE11/O SE11, and I'll just say, let's say for your Mara, let's say for your Mara, just click on your F4 where use list and just deselect everything, and you will be seeing a a tab called as your data definitions. This is data definitions. So once you just select this and click on your continue. So here you will be finding out all the CDS views that has been used on top of Mara table. I'm saying you on top of your Mara table. Under this, which one I need to select? So you also need to know that one. Why it's not showing the standard one? It has to show me the standard also, but here it's showing the standard. Some issue will be there. So whatever the CDS views that has been started with I underscore. So I underscore start. So if I go here, Control Shift N, sorry, Control N, sorry, Control Shift N only to check the objects. In order to check your object, which object or which objects you want to open. So like if you want to open your anything, so you will be going to slash and SE38 or you will be opening the program or class SE24, you will be opening the program or function module SE37, you will be opening the program. But here we don't have that much of a keyboard. You just need to go ahead and check click on Control Shift N, and then you just need to provide whatever the CDS will. I underscore material, material. You will be having a CDS view called as I underscore your material. Sorry, Control Shift only. My bad. One second. I'll show you. Table. So if I go here, so this is the one. So on top of your Mara table, it will be just creating. See here on Mara. But see here, automatically it will do a join on your material text table, material type table, material group table, material units of measure table, and material plant details tables also. Material plant details table also. So everything. So whatever the fields you have, you will be getting that. So here you can see only few fields, but like in the same way, you will be finding a CDS views for your material also. Now, why I was saying you, so when you're working on this, so when you want a material and material description table, so you have to write a join on MARA and MAKT tables, right? But from this I underscore material, you can directly able to get your material description. You can directly able to get your material description as we have an association. As we have an association. So how to get that? How to use a join in between that. Automatically in with one query, it can use multiple joins. So that's how the advantage of CDS views. That's the power of your SAP HANA DB. So that we can't able to do it when you're going with your normal SAP ABAP. Normal SAP ABAP. And even SAP is suggesting not to create the CDS views, not to create the CDS views, because these views will be gets added at your DB level. Unnecessary. If you want to just for your one requirement, this CDS views is going to help, then don't create. Just go ahead with your normal SA38 route. Normal SA38 route. I'm setting this. Just give me 1 minute. I'm just taking your call. Sorry for that. So as I was telling you, so you should never ever create your serious views. So if you are going to use that at multiple places, then only we would request you to go ahead and create a CDS view. We would request you go ahead and create a CDS view. We would request you to go ahead and create a CDS view. Like when you want to expose that into an OData services, or whether you want to go ahead and create a VDMs, virtual data models, like you'll go ahead and create your consumption view. So in those cases, only you have to create your CDS view. Or if you can see that this is going to be used at multiple places, if you think that the CDS view can be used at multiple places, then you will be going ahead and creating of your CDS. Okay, so now let's see. So as we are running out of the time, so as I told you, I just want to extend it for 2 hours, but because of one person has to go to office, so I don't want to stop him. So I am just going to hold for today. And the yesterday's class, I'll be taking you on when this Saturday. The yesterday's class we have missed it, right? So the yesterday's class we have missed it, right? So that I'm going to take you on this Saturday. This Saturday, you will be having the class here same time. So this is what. So this is you need to understand. Now, I'm just clicking on your Control S. Now let me close this one. So so the other advantage also I'll be telling you. So let me close this one. I'm just going to save and I'm just going to close this. Now let me open the Eclipse again. Let me open the Eclipse again. Okay. So now see here. See here. So when I double click on this, you just need to provide your password. So once you click on OK, automatically it will show you where you have stopped. Automatically it will show you where you have stopped. Not only this, sometimes if there is a connection error. So in real time, sometimes you will be getting a connection error, right? So some internet glitches happen and there is a connection error. So at that time also, it will be in the same stage only. It will be in your same stage where you have been stopped. That's the major advantage. That's a major advantage when you're going ahead with your Eclipse. You can directly come here and directly start writing your code and do your everything. So wherever you have stopped, it will directly open and all your tabs will be gets opened. So how many tabs you have opened and those many number of tabs. And even in your SAP GUI, there is a restriction of your tabs. Like when you are working on ECC, you can open only 6 tabs. When you're working on S4HANA, from 2020 onwards, SAP has provided 16 tabs. But when you're using 1909, so it will be only again 6 tabs. At the time, it will be again 6 tabs only. So from 2020 onwards, it has extended tabs to 16. But when you are using an Eclipse, you can use n number of tags. Here it will be showing you this how many tabs you want. You can just scroll up and you can do it. Okay, you can just go ahead and get that. Okay, so these are the things that you have to learn. In tomorrow's class, we will be seeing the shortcuts. As I already told you, few shortcuts like for your commenting and for your checking checking and for your activating. So I have already shown you some shortcuts, and then to run also I have shown you a shortcut, and then to open as I already told you, to open control and new objects, to create a new objects it's control N, and to view the existing objects, as I told you, to view the existing objects. So I told you it has a wrong one. It's Control Shift A. Control plus Shift plus A to view. So search criteria. Search criteria to view the existing objects. You will be using your CTRL plus Shift plus A. Shift plus your A. As I told you, to activate, so it's Control F3. To activate multiple objects, Control plus Shift plus F3. Control plus Shift plus F3. If I say Control plus Shift plus F3, it will just showcase you. So whatever the in order of this, right? So whatever the objects that you want to activate, it will just showcase you that one. See, it will showcase you everything, whether you want to activate or whatever the objects. You just select everything and just click on activate. So that you can able to do it. And if you want to open your SAP GUI, so you have to use Control plus 6. And if I want to check the, as I told you, Control F to activate, and then locking and unlocking. So next, where use list. If I want to see where it has been used, so let's say I want to see this has been used, where it has been used. So I just go ahead and click on this where usage. So see here, it will just showing you where it has been used. IMS to material. So like this. So where it has been used, it will just go ahead and provide you that one. Just select this and click on where use list. It will just showcase you the things where it has been used. Okay, so this is one thing you can able to use it, and then this you don't need it. And debugger perspective, if you want to open your debugger, you can just open your debugger, and whatever the configurations you want to do under your debugger, you can just go ahead and do all those configurations, the debugger configurations. You can able to do that. And as I told you, in order to activate it, activate. So F8, the same command, and then this we don't use it. So this we won't be using it. All these things we will never use it. Okay. So now if I want to go back, we'll be just clicking on your go back way from where we have been came out. So that's it. So if I want to go forward, again, you can use your go forward. And if you want to edit your pin, you can just go ahead and pin your editor. Okay. So these are the things you can able to do. So everything mostly we will be working. So right click over here, click on new, and then click on whatever you want. Control N to create everything, anything, even if you want to create a package, class, program, everything you'll be doing it over here. But as I told you, as I'm always suggesting you to go ahead and use your Eclipse editor only. Get habituated with your Eclipse editor. Don't go ahead and work with your SA38. Don't go ahead and work with your SA38. Always use your Eclipse editor. Okay, so that's it. So that's the end of today's session. Before I signing off for today's session, any other questions?
No.
Okay. I'll be considering it as no questions, and